assistant trainer Tim Walsh, assistant coaches Jeff Van Gundy, Don Chaney, Bob Solly, and Ted Nix, and the head coach for the Knicks, Don Nelson.
So Patrick Ewing making his return after missing the last 3 games with the sprained ankle, going up against the Boston Celtics, a team that the Knicks have beaten 11 straight. Last year, the Knicks swept the Celtics, winning all 5 meetings. We talked about the recent Knick mastery over the Celtics with former Celtic Knick coach Don Nelson. Here's Michael Kay talking about it with Don.
Are you cognizant of the fact that if the Knicks win the game tonight, that would be 12 straight against the Celtics, and no team has ever done that? And if you are cognizant, just from afar, why would you think that's so? Just simply because the Knicks were a better team than the Celtics the last couple of years?
Look, I just got here. Yeah, that's the longest question I've ever heard of. Yeah, I just got here, so, you know, I really don't know anything about what happened in the past. But I think anytime there's a long string, it makes a coach kind of wonder, you know, we worry about everything. So thanks a lot for bringing that to my attention.
John, I think that Don was most upset by Michael Kay using the word cognizant twice in one sentence. Unheard of.
He handled it quite diplomatically, I must say.
So the Knicks control the opening tip. The officials, Bill Oakes, Mike Callahan, Jim Capers Jr., Patrick Ewing working against Eric Montross. Oakley able to get to the rebound. Wild pass picked off by D. Brown. And Brown fires one up. D. Brown shooting only 35% from the field. Has really struggled. The minutes have been down. Dana Barros giving the Celtics a 3-0 lead as he hits from downtown. D. Brown has been a very unhappy member of the Boston Celtics. In fact, last week asked to be traded.
One of the things that's shaken his confidence, Marv, as we see Patrick Ewing miss on his second shot attempt, is not playing in a lot of stages of games recently.
And here's Brown whipping it back for Roger. Starks knocked it away. They double up on Roger. Brown fires one up. I have a feeling he will be headed to the bench in short time. He's taken 2 poor shots here at the start. Nice pass. Mason from Harper.
Yes, Brown doesn't encourage good response from his teammates with shots like that.
Boston Celtics coming off a loss to the Dallas Mavericks at home on Sunday night. Mason with the steal following the deflection. In their prior game, they defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers at home, but they have lost 8 of their last 10 after getting off to a decent start. They're now 13 up and 18 down. Ewing.
Like shooting practice for Patrick. He's getting the ball a lot. The team is pouring it into him, and he's getting his shots up easily.
But Ewing has missed on his first 3 attempts. Here is Barros. Again from 3-point range. Harper pops it down. Starks for Oakley, fouled by Fox.
We're getting an indication of defense at the Knicks end, which looks pretty intense, high energy level. And the Knicks are also trying to play Celtics-style basketball of the past by moving the ball up court quickly. Starks over the shoulder to Charles Oakley, and he gets fouled.
So Charles Oakley ties the game at 3. And in the category of offensive rebounds per game, Charles number 3 in the NBA. Jason Williams and Sean Kemp are the leaders.
Amazing Jason Williams doing that, playing 24 minutes a game. 4th leading rebounder in the NBA also. And the Knicks missed Sean Kemp's appearance here in New York with that snow out on Sunday night.
That game postponed by the NBA and will be rescheduled at a later date. In fact, ticket holders for the Sunday Seattle postponed game are being asked to hold on to their tickets for use on the prospective makeup date. Oakley called for the foul, and Rick Fox, who has worked his way into the starting lineup, is on the line. Rick Fox averaging just over 14 per game. He is the second leading scorer on the Celtics. Rick usually noted for his defensive play.
Rick has started along with Roger 31 games, started all the games. Those are the only two players who have started each game for the Celtics.
Knicks and Celtics tied at 4. Harper for 3. And Mason able to get to it. Oakley. Roger with the rebound.
Knicks is certainly getting good shots here in the first quarter.
And Fox able to penetrate and draws the foul. Rick Fox sweeping down the lane. Starks committing the foul, and Fox to the line.
Fox coming down court, a man who's played a lot of guard position in the NBA, now at the forward position, just kept rolling. No one got in front of him. The defensive attempts were swipes.
And off the three-point play, it's Boston with a 7-4 lead. This is the first of a extended home-and-home set between the Knicks and the Celtics. Knicks play the Nets in New Jersey tomorrow night. Mason, and rebounded by Roger. Knicks will play for the first time at the new Fleet Center on Friday against the Celtics. Fox to the crossover. Oakley able to close the baseline. And back come the Knicks. Ewing handling. And got bottled up. Too much ball handling by Patrick Ewing.
Patrick's certainly looking rusty, which he's entitled to.
Barros way off.
Usually a player who comes back after missing a few games attends a practice or 2 or 3, but Patrick has not attended practice. He's gone right from being out to being in.
Harper. Celtics 7 and the Knicks 6. Knicks are only 2 of 9 from the field, and a lot of easy buckets here for Boston. So Rick Fox extends to a 9-6 lead. They isolate Mason against Fox, and it's a goaltend. The basket will count, so Mason gets credit for the field goal.
Fox asking the official for some attention in the form of Mason holding him as Mason drove around him, but Mason just overpowered Rick Fox. And there's certainly nothing secret about the Knicks going to Mason down low as to what's going to happen. We'll see if they start to double team him as the game goes along.
Good play by Mason, stopping the spin attempt of Roger.
I thought the Knicks might open up with Charles Oakley on Roger with the size advantage that Oakley has, but right now Mason's working on him.
Here's Fox. And Rick Fox leading the way with 8 points. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 from the line. Here's Harper. Starks able to save that pass. Goes glass. And the Celtics lead by 1.
Such a nice shot in the great tradition of Boston great Sam Jones to see those jump shots go in off the backboard.
Montross. And the open shot for D. Brown. A bad pass by Ewing. Barros not able to hit the 3. Try to accelerate. Oakley from deep. And it will be Boston ball, but first a timeout with 6:11 left, first quarter.
Welcome to Ranger Country, where the hits just keep on coming all season long on MSG.
to be traded, actually demanded to be traded during the course of last week. Michael Kay talked about that earlier with D.
You know, I kind of got frustrated. I said what I said about wanting to be traded, and just, you know, the teams aren't going the right direction as far as trying to win games and trying to put the right people on the court. You know, I got upset about that because I thought, with my experience, that, you know, we were struggling, and I wanted to be on the court and help the team get out of the rut. And you know how the media is, Boston, New York. You know, they're going to jump on it, and they did. So I don't regret anything I said at all. And you know, I'm still the captain here. I'm still going to play hard and definitely try to win games for this team. But you know, everything else is just, you know, day by day, see what happens.
I'm always intrigued when guys say, well, I said something, and in effect he's saying the media took it out of proportion. They jumped on it. Well, really, D, if you're saying you want to be traded, is that something that the media ignores? I mean, it's a strong statement. And I know D's a good guy, and he's obviously very frustrated, but he said it. It's no one's fault.
Well, he also seems to symbolize selfishness. $20 million contract he enjoys. He's the captain of the team, and he's disapproving of how the personnel is being used, and he wants out. I mean, what kind of leadership is that?
Well, you can understand a guy, just because he's the captain, he can be unhappy and want out.
Yeah, but I mean,
right? I mean, it's
quitting. It symbolizes quitting.
But do it privately. You don't have to come out.
Yeah, God, a lot of guys have feelings of who's happy all the time, except you.
I am, absolutely. Celtics 11 and the Knicks 10 with just under 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Poor shooting quarter by the Knicks. 4 of 12 from the field, and Patrick Ewing gets the friendly roll. That is his first field goal. Patrick Ewing back in the starting lineup tonight, coming back from the sprained ankle.
I can recall the headlines of 2 weeks ago after Patrick had a big game and recertified to his teammates his position as the leading man on this team. Nice move by Roger, powering Oakley inside. Patrick came out and said the next day, I want the rock. I think he might have whispered it to his teammates, Marv, before the game tonight, because he's getting the rock and getting plenty of shots.
Starks and Oakley with another offensive rebound. Celtics by 1 as we come up on 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Mason with a beautiful move. Could not convert. 3-on-2 led by Fox, and a poor pass intended for Roger.
I would say to this point that this, for both teams, has the look of first game of the season, or perhaps even the last game of the exhibition season, the way they're handling the ball and shooting the ball so poorly. Both teams at 36% here in the first quarter.
Oakley with the lead that is picked off. Rejected by Ewing. And here is Roger. The tip by Montross. Eric Montross in his second season out of North Carolina, coming through with his first field goal, and it's Boston by 3. Oakley fouled by Roger.
On that last Montross tip-in, Patrick Ewing was standing right in front of him and just gave him no respect at all, and Montross just leaped up and knocked it down.
ML Carr, who is celebrating his 45th birthday today. ML Carr, who is Executive Vice President, Director of Basketball Operations, and head coach of the Boston Celtics. Following the departure of Chris Ford last season, the Celtics decided to search for a new head coach, and apparently in the discussions, the Executive Vice President, Director of Basketball Operations, had a good interview with himself, because he is all 3 titles now.
Well, the week before he was appointed as head coach, he did get the other title that naturally makes that decision, so it took him a week to decide who would do the best job.
Johnny did well in the one-on-one with himself. Celtics lead by 1 as we come up on 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Oakley fires to Harper. Knicks on the run. Celtics able to get back. Mason posting up. Fox wants help. Here comes Barros. Mason looking for the open man. Herb Williams, who just checked in for Patrick Ewing. Yes! Well, Herb Williams, who comes off his first start, that was last Thursday in the Knicks' last game against the Nets, and did a very nice job and had the crowd going, is able to hit from the outside as he did on Thursday night. Here's Fox. And a loose ball foul. It's called on the Knicks. It is on Oakley. 2:27 remaining in the first quarter.
Welcome to Heathrow, Wilson. Is London what you expected?
Not exactly, sir. How are we going to find our rental counter?
We don't need a rental counter. We're with Hertz #1 Club Gold.
Gee, it's fast.
Exactly.
Sir, the car's waiting on your name in light.
Exactly.
And there's a canopy to protect us from the weather.
Exactly.
You know, sir, this is just like the States.
Not exactly, Wilson. You're on the wrong side of the road.
Sorry, sir.
In business, you can't always count on an easy road to success. But you can count on AT&T, because only AT&T guarantees you a competitive price. Our 1-800-COMPARE Center will give you an immediate side-by-side price comparison. And we're so sure that our prices are competitive that if you don't agree, we'll give you 1 month's worth of long distance up to $500. These days, you can't count on much. But you can count on AT&T for the life of your business.
Don't forget the big screen TVs. It's January clearance time at the Wiz, and the warehouse is jumping. We're moving all our merchandise into our stores before inventory. Get the camcorders on. Everything's going. Every brand, every model. Everything from VCRs to cellular phones, video movies, cassettes, and compact discs. The best thing is we're slashing prices on hundreds of items. We want to sell them, not count them. The January in-store warehouse clearance sale. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
Well, neither club burning it up here in this first quarter. Charles Smith, who had his best all-around game Thursday against the New Jersey Nets, has come on for the first time. Boston 6 of 19 from the field, and the Knicks 6 of 16. Knicks have a 1-point lead with 2:20 to go in this opening quarter. Roger backing Mason. Well, he got terrific position. Dino Raja with a second field goal.
When he puts that ball on the floor, the Knicks ought to send a helper quickly, because he can just power his way over anybody.
Herb Williams now being guarded by Purvis Ellison. And a foul. It's called on Purvis. The injury hit Purvis Ellison. Getting the time off the bench the last couple of games. 22 minutes against Dallas the other night. Backdoor pass broken up. Good hustle by Brown. Here's D. Brown going straight down the lane. So once again, the Celtics able to penetrate, although Brown was not able to finish it. Harper, yes. Knicks 18 and the Celtics 17. Barros and Brown at the guards. Fox, Ellison, and Raja on the front line. Here's Raja squaring up. Dino Raja, who has that beautiful baseline touch, gives Boston a 1-point lead.
He's to be feared from decent range because of that jumper.
Harper for 3. And Raja with the rebound.
I wonder if Derek, who's been pretty much perfect all year, to take a shot like that, there wasn't one nick below the foul line to possibly receive that rebound. Just wonder if, question his judgment on that. He's been so perfect, you know. He's almost been beyond criticism this year, but you just wonder about a shot like that.
1, 2, 3.
Here's Barros. Just did beat the 24. Dana Barros, who has made his return to the Boston area after starring in high school and in Beantown, and of course at Boston College. Here's Barros, able to recover and fires the 3.
Harper Then Starks, Barros just rushed jump shooting that shows no attempt at team play.
And now the Knicks are holding for a final shot. Celtics lead by 3 points. Hopper guarded by Barros with the high dribble very close to a palm. Smith. Well, neither club distinguishing themselves in this opening quarter. Poor shooting quarter. We'll be right back.
It's second down at Bud Bowl.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by Toyota. I love what you do for me. Toyota. By MetLife. Get Met. It pays. And by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz.
On a 25-degree night in Manhattan, they do expect a couple of more inches of snow later on. John and I will be keeping you up to date right throughout the ball game. Tommy Heinsohn and Bob Cousy, the voices on television for the Celtics. Look at Tommy, always prepared. What a nice outfit.
So natty. Tommy, a Jersey City guy, came ready, prepared.
Well, he's experienced. He knows.
Cousy came up from Florida today via Philadelphia. He told me he drove here. He had to pay a driver a substantial amount of green to get here from Philadelphia.
Green, how appropriate.
I thought you'd pick up on that.
Well, the foul on Purvis Ellison to get the second quarter underway. Celtics with a 21-18 lead. The Knicks were 7 of 20 from the field in the first quarter. Boston 9 of 24. Charles Smith able to rebound the missed shot and takes it to the hoop. Ellison off the boards. Greg Minor and rookie Junior Burrow have checked in for the first time for the Celtics. And Greg Minor showing that his touch can match his teammates. Just a poor shooting first half, and shot selection at both ends certainly questionable. Gary Grant has come on for the first time for the Knicks, as has Hubert Davis. Grant, yes, a 3 for Grant. And the game is tied at 21. Hubert Davis has been hot as of late, in particular the last 4 games. On the floor for the first time, and a push is called on Smith. The Knicks now have Grant and Davis in the backcourt with Mason, Smith, and Williams up front. For those of you who may have just tuned in, Patrick Ewing in the starting lineup this evening, coming back from the sprained ankle injury. Played a good portion of the first quarter, only 1 of 4 from the field. Mason getting a little tricky with the dribble.
High stepping his way up court.
Grant whipping by Fox. Gary Grant pounding it at Rick Fox, and was able to beat him off the dribble. The Knicks lead 23-21. Here is Fox, and Rick Fox penetrates. Lots of penetration by the Celtics in this first half.
Yes, the shot blocking and interior defense of the Knicks leaves something to be desired.
Game is tied at 23. Grant with the save. Mason off the head fake, and he drew the foul. So Anthony Mason, who has had the touch at the line, will shoot a couple. Fox picking up his second. Now they say a non-shooting foul. They also correct the personal. It is on the rookie from Virginia, second-round draft pick Junior Burrow, not Rick Fox. Todd Day, the former Milwaukee Buck, who has been seeing the playing time, has come on for the first time for Boston. Here's Mason. Yes, and it counts. And now they wave it off. What's going on here, John?
A lot of confusion here, Marv.
First, the indication that the basket was good, and now they say no. Does not get the continuation call. Foul on Minor. So it is a non-shooting foul once again. Knicks and Celtics tied at 23 with 2.5 gone by second quarter. Mason is guarded by Minor. Feels he can power him. Gives it up to Smith. Yes. Knicks lead by 2.
Any attempted ball movement gets the Knicks wide open shots.
This is Burrow spinning his way. Smith able to stop him. Here's Minor. Ellison with the rebound. And then Smith gets to it. Hubert Davis wanting the screen. Ellison able to save it. I know, talking to some of the Knicks players, they felt that coming into tonight's game, they might be a little rusty off the long time between games. The last played Thursday night against the Nets. The game Sunday against Seattle was postponed. John, do you feel on the rusty side? I know you have not. I know you've spoken the last couple of days.
Actually, Marv, I feel pretty sharp. I've enjoyed the couple of days and looking forward to this game, and I feel I'm being brought down actually by the play.
Burrow with the field goal to tie. That's a discontinue. And here's Doug Christie, who played so well against the Nets the other night. 16 minutes, his best performance as a Knick. 7 points, couple of alley-oops. Don Nelson expressing a bit more confidence the last couple of days in Doug Christie, who will be matched up with another swing man and Todd Day. Game is tied at 25 with 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Air ball handled by Christie. Christie, Grant, and Davis on the floor together. Ellison with the steal, and he is hit from behind.
Herb Williams didn't come for that pass. He kind of laid back so that he could get a quick start to the basket, but Ellison made a nice play in jumping out and recognizing that.
Ellison trying the backdoor flip. And the offensive foul is called. It's on Burrow. Junior Burrow goes 6'8", a very compactly built, 252 pounds. As I mentioned, a second-round draft pick out of the University of Virginia. Christie feeling for Day, and for the foul. Todd Day taken down low by Doug Christie, who will go to the line.
If Christie can get on any kind of roll, which will come with some playing time, he feels very confident that he can show the Knicks that he deserves to be here, to get a lot more playing time. But he's in that position where he's got to do everything well with the limited time he gets, like make foul shots as he opens by missing his first one.
This is the good-looking rookie from Providence, Eric Williams. He's played well, particularly earlier in the season, replacing Burrow. Doug Christie 0 for 3 at the line for the season. That is his first successful free throw. And the Knicks now lead 26-25. David Wesley now working at the point guard position. Here is Greg Minor. And the Celtics lead by 1. Greg Minor out of Louisville, originally a #1 pick of the LA Clippers, was traded in the Boo Richardson deal to Indiana, would not sign with them, and was signed as a free agent by the Celtics. Here's Wesley. Wesley on the recovery. Being hounded by Grant. Ellison. And back comes Grant.
Such poor shooting from fairly close range. It's unbelievable.
Christie hits the three. So Doug Christie gives the Knicks a 29-27 lead. Roger getting set to check back in. This is Eric Williams battling hard for that shot. And he's tied the game at 29.
Knicks stationing Herb Williams out high since he got into the game.
Davis lost it. Back comes Miner. Williams on a crossover. Christie right there for the steal. Delivers to Grant. Oh, nicely done. And a beautiful sequence for Doug Christie, setting it up off the steal. The Knicks lead 31-29. We're coming up on 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Williams pounded by Smith, who came over to help out, and a timeout is taken. Knicks lead by 2. We'll be right back.
That's his second.
Ewing with the step on Conley.
MetLife is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
This remote control is my magic wand to summon the police, fire department, paramedics, or my doctor. It contacts Life Alert, my 24-hour personal security service.
I'm having a heart attack. We're summoning the paramedics and your doctor, Mr. Perkins. Help is on the way.
With Life Alert, you're never alone. So call to get free details by mail about Life Alert right now.
Call toll-free now, 1-800-238-1199.
Save me! Save me! Save me! I'm being held here at Franklin Square Ford, and you can save me and dozens of other Benjamin Franklins. When you buy any new Ford, a new conversion van, or a quality pre-owned car at Franklin Square Ford. Don't let them keep me here another minute when you can put me in your pocket and have a new Ford in your driveway, too. Franklin Square Ford, 690 Hempstead Turnpike, Franklin Square.
Oh, no. Hello, Dollar Window? Yeah, listen. I ordered one window from Dollar Window. We came to my house, measured, custom made, and installed. One solid vinyl double insulated window, all for $199.
That's Dollar Window's everyday service. One window or any number of windows, guaranteed.
Guaranteed? Yeah, my windows are guaranteed for as long as I own my home.
That's right. So how can we help you today?
Good. Listen, I want to order another window.
Here's a look at the Marriott Marquis Skycam. Eric Williams with the ball a moment ago, moving it up court, crossover dribble. Doug Christie picks that pass out of the air, moves the ball up court quickly, and leads Gary Grant to the basket. A little hesitation and an up and under layup by Gary Grant, lighting things up a little bit for the Knicks. The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit.
The Knicks with a 31-29 lead with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this first half. The Celtics have used 11 of their possible 12 players. Only Doug Smith, the one-time Dallas Maverick, has not played. We've had 15 lead changes in the game. It's been a very poor shooting first half. Although the Knicks are now up to 42%, the 12 for 28. Boston at 37. Herb Williams. Herb Williams showing us the entire arsenal once again.
Well, after that timeout, Don Nelson obviously made it clear that he wanted to take a look at Herb Williams operating down low, and he had to like what he saw.
Patrick Ewing started the game, played the first 8 minutes. As you might expect, looking a bit rusty, went 1 of 4 from the field and has not played since then. We checked with the bench and we're told he is all right. Grant, rebounded by Roger. Here is Miner. And the Knicks now lead 33-32. I would think that with a sprained ankle, the idea would be to use Patrick Ewing in straight intervals. You don't want to put him in and out of the game.
Is that right, Doctor?
That's it. Pick these kind of things up along the way, John. Mason went down and is tied up. Tied up by Dino Raja. And now Charlie Ward replaces Gary Grant. So Don Nelson using everyone but Monty Williams. Celtics controlling the tip. Raja, and it's Boston by 1.
Well, I don't know who's responsible for this, Marv, between the two teams, but this is really a wide open game. It's been very sloppy here in the first half. There is no real sense of defense on a continuing basis for either team. And teams are rushing their shots. There's Mason with his version of a long jump shot.
Anthony Mason, 3 of 5 from the field. Williams stopped. Eric Williams blocked by Herb Williams. Knicks lead by 1. Here's Davis on a quick release. And rebounded by Wesley. Able to elude Christie. And then feeds Day. Todd Day taking it to the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 1.
There's just not enough intensity in transition by the Knicks defensively.
And now I see Patrick Ewing is about to check back in. Apparently a timeout is coming up because Ewing now making his way back to the bench. He was over at the scorer's table. Herb Williams and David Wesley with the rebound.
Excuse me, Marv. You see the lack of continuity by the Knicks on offense, and there is no shot at offensive rebounding because the shooter is not relating to his other 4 teammates. So there's no motion on the offense where the Knicks can get an offensive rebound.
Christie using the pick. Doug Christie has hit 2 for 2 from the field. He has 5 points. And the Knicks lead by 1. David Wesley, former member of the New Jersey Nets after spending 5 years in the CBA. Raja guarded tightly by Herb Williams. A bit too tightly. He was held and a foul call. Minute 53 to go in this first half, and a timeout taken by the Knicks.
Critics across the country agree Heat has got it all. The stars, the excitement, and the acclaim. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. Heat, directed by Michael Mann. Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
While a brother may be hard to propel, the Hoover Power Drive is self-propelled, making cleaning so easy, even a brother could do it.
Hoover, nobody.
For Friday's Roy Jones versus Murphy Sosa fight, mention Daily News sports cartoonist Bill Gallo, and you'll receive a free 11x17 limited edition Gallo print of Roy Jones Jr. It's pound for pound, Broadway bound. Jones versus Sosa this Friday at the Garden at 7:30, presented by Perry Ellis.
John, we were speculating earlier on what the crowd might be. I know a lot of folks did not make it into the city, which you would think would affect the usual sellout crowd, but you may be closer than, I hate to admit it. I said maybe 12, 14,000, but what'd you say, 16?
16
yeah.
plus, actually.
Oh, plus. You added the plus, I believe, just a second ago.
No, I had it.
Plus.
Hey. We'll go to the tape.
The Knicks 37 and the Celtics 36. Hubert Davis pops it back out. It was deflected by the Celtics. Derek Harper is back, as is Patrick Ewing. Minute 21 remaining in the first half, and the Knicks lead by 1. The Knicks have picked up the shooting, though, in the second quarter. 8 of 14 from the field. Shot clock down to 1. Harper hits. Knicks lead 39-36. Wesley watching for Ward. Raja guarded by Mason. A minute to go in the half. Here's the help on Raja. clubs using 11 of the possible 12 players on the roster. Ewing with the drop step move on Ellison, which draws the foul. And that is a quick 3 on Purvis Ellison. 40 seconds to go, non-shooting foul. Both clubs have 4 team fouls. Ewing lost it. And they will jump it up. Todd Day and Patrick Ewing on the jump with 32 seconds to go in the half.
I think from Patrick Ewing and the Knicks standpoint, it's the Knicks are fortunate that he's coming back after the layoff against the Celtics as opposed to the Sonics the other night. Patrick is just not himself at all in his efficiency of movement and shooting.
Did control the tip. Here's Davis for 3. Yes. Hubert Davis has been on fire from beyond the three-point arc. 12 of his last 22 coming into today. 22nd timeout is taken by ML Carr. 7-0 run by the Knicks, and they now lead 42-36.
Just referring to a Seattle mark, George Karl had an interesting statement the other day, and now it's time for the MCS Canon quote book. Listen to this. George Karl on the rescheduling of Sunday's game. I think they should make a rule that the Knicks shouldn't be allowed to have Patrick Ewing, who was not going to play Sunday. George coming up with a good idea. MCS Cannon, let us show you the possibilities.
21 7/10 seconds remaining in this first half. That Knicks Sonic game will be rescheduled at a later date. Knicks do play at Seattle next week. Play 2 out there, John. And now Don Nelson calls for a 20-second timeout. So Don Nelson dealing with the defensive end of it. Might as well spend his 20. Well, a look around the building as we go Celtic watching. Bob Cousy, Tommy Heinsohn handling the TV chores. There's Cedric Cornbread Maxwell on the radio side next to a familiar face in this area. Spencer Ross, Dennis Johnson, assistant coach under ML Carr, and an assistant coach for the Knicks, Don Chaney.
And a head coach, Don Nelson. They're all over the place.
Wesley working the clock down. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Wesley played by Ward. Down to 3. Rebounded by Herb Williams. 1 second. Mason. Too late. So at the half, the Knicks picking up the shooting in the second quarter. In fact, they're up to 47% for the half. It's the Knicks 42 and the Celtics 36. Bob Page coming up in a moment at the MSG Sports Desk. We'll be back after these words.
Starks with Jordan Tracer. The New York Times is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
Oh, no. Hello, Dollar Window? Yeah, listen. I ordered 1 window from Dollar Window. We came to my house, measured, custom made, and installed. 1 solid vinyl double insulated window, all for $199.
That's Styler Windows everyday service. 1 window or any number of windows. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed? Yeah, my windows are guaranteed for as long as I own my home.
That's right. So how can we help you today?
Good. Listen, I want to order another window.
Psst. Hey, fellas, is that a floor plan for the bank next door? You guys aren't thinking of doing what I think you're doing. Haven't you heard? The Roslyn Savings Bank is paying all their savings and now account customers extra interest, equal to 25% of the total interest they earned in these accounts during 1995. Whoa, no monkey business for these two. There they go, headed straight to the Roslyn Savings Bank to open a new account today. Extra interest has been paid by the Roslyn Savings Bank for the last 10 years, so why monkey around with anything else?
Zone, Long Island's #1 family fun center, now features Zap Zone, the ultimate fun with a laser gun. Seek out your opponent in our futuristic laser arena. Fire your gun and zap the enemy, then try to destroy the enemy's base. Come alone or with friends and turn your birthday party into a Fun Zone laser tag party. Be the top gun. Fun Zone laser tag. It's laser like you've never played before. And after the game, check out our virtual reality and other exciting games. Zap Zone at the Fun Zone, 229 Route 110, Farmingdale.
Cues are rocks.
It was a stone gas.
Cool, it's cool as ice, man.
Check out Cuesar's Friday Night Blowout. Call for details.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
The Knicks and the Celtics playing like they had a few.
Cool. I like his attitude.
Most of the college basketball games in the area are being played tonight. Big one up at Storrs finds Connecticut all over Villanova at halftime, 44-31. Ray Allen has 22 points in the opening half. In football, former Giants cornerback Mark Collins suddenly announced his retirement from the Kansas City Chiefs today. He's only 31 years old, so expect an unretirement announcement before the start of this coming season. Florida coach Steve Spurrier announced today that he was staying at Florida rather than leaving for the NFL. But star running backs Lawrence Phillips of Nebraska and Tim Biakabatuka of Michigan both announced today that they would leave college early and apply to the NFL draft. I'll be back right after this.
Why aren't you driving a Ford Taurus?
All new for 96 with a sleek, sculpted shape.
It's unlike anything else on the street.
Wide-release suspension, advanced safety engineering, and a 27-month lease payment of just $257 with $1940 down. The best-selling car, completely redesigned.
Once you see 5 out of the top 10 and counting best-selling cars and trucks are at your tri-state quality Ford dealer.
The question still remains.
Why aren't you driving a Ford?
Come on, Mama, you go in. I'll be in.
Chicago Blackhawks 1-0 early second period as well. CBS TV today fired controversial golf commentator Ben Wright, and ESPN is reporting that the IRS is conducting a criminal investigation against former Yankee star Rickey Henderson in one of these cases where he is alleged to have failed to report income from various card show and personal autograph appearances. And don't forget our full half-hour edition of the MSG Sports Desk coming up right here at 10:30 tonight. We'll go back to courtside after, again, this time out.
All you have to do is get up.
Is brought to you by Bud Light, official beer.
Saints Across. Be there. Cues are rocks.
It was a stone gas.
Cool, it's cool as ice, man.
Check out Cuesar's Friday Night Blowout. Call for details.
Some of our announcers' clothing is furnished by Perry Ellis Menswear.
The Knicks hold the Boston Celtics to 15 second quarter points and lead it by a half dozen as we welcome you back to the Garden. We turn now to the leading scorers summary, and it's brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. There's only one Jeep, and it's only at your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. It's a single-digit story for the New York Knicks. The bench got 22. The starters only got 20. Gary Grant scores the most of all of them with 7 points. For the Boston Celtics, they were led by Rick Fox, who scored 10. Their leading scorer, Dino Radja, had 8. 5 for Dana Barros. Minor had 4. Bad shots aplenty for both teams. Knicks doing a great job off the boards. Al Troutwig along with Walt Clyde Frazier. And Clyde, I think that first half is just another fine chapter in this long rivalry between the Celtics and the Knicks. Oh, no, this was terrible.
Well, you mentioned the poor shot selection. Also, too many turnovers for the Knicks. They have 12, only averaging 15 a game. Conversely, the Celtics average 17. They only have 7. So the Knicks have to force more turnovers. And this is a half-court game. Both teams have been dreadful.
Clyde, is this Celtic green outfit? Notice the tie. Is this premeditated?
I was hoping you wouldn't notice that. I'm paying homage to the Celtics.
That pains me, Clyde. But let's go now to the highlights compiled by our esteemed director, Bob Lewis. Dino Raja getting it done.
Dino 6'11", 255. Mace only 6'7". So Raja, the top gun, averaging 20 a game. That time overwhelming Mason.
The Knicks didn't do it very often, but when they did move the ball, they got the dividends.
Yeah, good continuity this time. Mason getting the ball away from the double team. Herb, instantaneous offense, right off the bench, drilling this uncontested shot.
When the Knicks are playing someone they should beat easily, Don Nelson frequently goes to the bench earlier than he does most times. He did it again.
And Christie has been thriving as well as the Knicks bench. So watch, he'll deal to Grant. Grant outstanding as well as he makes the basket here.
And Clyde, Gary Grant really gives a game vitamin B, a lot of energy.
He was a sharpshooter of the month for December for his dazzling shooting. This time good manipulation and a nice creative shot by Grant off the glass.
See, Clyde, what you should have said was that this was the outfit I planned to wear in honor of the Sonics. Same color, but with the snow I didn't wear it. It was the next one in line in the closet.
Oh, that's right, the green.
That would work.
Yeah.
This feels to me like a guaranteed Knick win. You going to go along with that?
I think they're gaining momentum. Ewing is moving better. I like the defensive effort. They've been swarming on the defense, so I think they'll prevail. Also, they're not trailing at the half, which has been the scenario in the last 6 games.
You, sir. Be good on the radio. We'll get back to Marv Albin and John Andres as we continue live from the Garden. The Knicks 42, the Celtics 36.
Anybody know McDonald's Big Mac song?
To all beef and special sauce lettuce.
It certainly is.
It is, Marv. You owe it all to inclement weather.
The snow, exactly. But it was a Knicks Celtic game at the Boston Garden. I'll never forget the train ride in the middle of the night with my brother Al, who came as a gopher, as a statistician to help me out.
I know this heartwarming story has been documented in several of your books, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if fans want to really read into it.
I think we've heard enough, frankly. As we get set for the second half, and the Knicks with a 42-36 lead on the Celtics. So Dana Barros moves it up against Derek Harper. Barros and Brown in the backcourt with Montross, Raja, and Fox up front. It's the lineup that started the game for ML Carr. And here is D. Brown, who opens up in the same fashion that he did in the first quarter by firing away and not hitting.
That kind of judgment, if it continues for D. Brown, maybe the Celtics might feel good about trading D.
D. Brown is 0 for 6 from the field. Harper and Starks in the backcourt. Patrick Ewing with Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley up front, and a travel is called on Ewing.
Take a look now at our Toyota matchup of the first half. Mason and Raja. Raja a decent first half, 8 and 8. Mason also in 21 minutes of play, leading the Knicks by a lot. 6 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists.
Foul on Ewing, throwing the shoulder. The Knicks ended the second quarter on a 7-0 run. And the 6-point lead represents their biggest lead of the night.
They also cut down on their turnovers, Marv, as the first half wound down. They had 12 for the half. That was Dino Raja, but they had 12 midway first half, so they did a good job in that regard.
10 points for Raja. He and Fox leading the Celtics. Here is Oakley. Charles now 0 for 4. Montross goes to the jump hook. Tonight for the Knicks, completing a span in which they play 12 out of 16 at home. Ewing getting inside. And it looks like Raja took a shot in the right eye. Foul was called, though, on Montross, sending Ewing to the line.
Ewing going up for that shot, and some contact took place. Raja with a shot in the eye from Mr. Aggressive around the boards. Charles Oakley banging hard. The Knicks noticeably missed him with the offensive rebounding pressure when Charles was out. He only played 10 minutes in the first half, got 4 rebounds. And oddly enough, 3 of the 4 were offensive rebounds.
Knicks lead by 5. And here is Raja. Oakley had a mismatch going, then Fox over to poke it away.
Charles Oakley featuring some new shoes again tonight. Marv, last game he had a black pair, breaking with the team style. And it relates, as we see, Mason working hard down low to Ewing.
And it won't count. A travel against Patrick Ewing.
The Oakley change in sneakers relates to a more relieved condition for his Achilles problem that he's been having, and he's been struggling with sneakers throughout the season, but he keeps working at the comfort level that he seeks.
Last touch by Mason. This has not been one of the thrillers. Said the same thing during the first half of the Knick net game on Thursday night. Then the intensity picked up in the second half, but first half here featuring poor shot selection, poor shooting, although the Knicks improved matters in the second quarter. Celtics shot only 36% of the half. And a pushing foul against the Knicks. Knicks are also going up against a Celtic team that allows better than 108 points per game. That is the most points allowed in the NBA. Well, foul called on Ewing, and for Ewing his second. Celtics do score over 104 points per game. That's 4th in the league.
Well, ML Carr has tried to bring the running style that made the Celtics so great over the years to this franchise, and tried to loosen up the players and bring fun back to the sport. You know, Raja on that shot, he wanted a foul call too. In fact, Raja's the guy who relates his newfound attitude and better productivity to ML Carr's opening up and not putting pressure on Raja that he felt under Chris Ford.
And Derek Harper now 4 of 6 from the field. He has 8 points. Knicks lead 45-40. 8:45 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Raja, played very tightly by Mason, and Ewing with the rebound. So Ewing does have 7 rebounds. Mason, Ewing. Yes. Patrick Ewing with the foul line jump. So he is now 2 of 6 from the field. He has 5 points, and the Knicks now lead by 7. Foul committed by Oakley for the Knicks, their 3rd team foul, and for Charles his 3rd foul. It is again a non-shooting affair. The Knicks have won 11 straight games against the Boston Celtics. The last Knick loss to Boston was here at the Garden, January 10th, 1993. The Knicks have also won 5 straight against the Celtics here at home. Raja wide open. And the Knicks lead is now 5. And Dino, Raja has 14 points.
I was looking back at that Boston roster, Marv, to see who was the responsible party. That year the team won 48 games, and you look at Mason working down low successfully. Nice lead pass for Mason. Reggie Lewis was the leading man on that team, 20 a game, played 80 games that year.
Traveling violation.
Xavier McDaniel, Kevin Gamble are also the top scorers on the Celtics. Boy, how the personality of the team changes in such a short time.
Ewing putting the move on Montross. And it's an offensive foul. That's number 3 on Ewing.
I can't help but think, Marv, how Ewing's life would be so much easier on offense if he would show the world the little hook shot that he has. He was in perfect position to just wheel right in with one step for a soft lefty or righty hook shot, which he has shown from time to time.
So the Knicks with a 7-point lead. Montross with the save on that deflection. Here is Fox for 3. And Harper to the ball. Oakley had a notion and then changed his mind. Harper for 3. Yes. So Derek Harper shooting well. He's 5 of 7 from the field. He has 11 points, and Boston will talk it over. Knicks with their biggest lead of the night. They're up by 10.
Hey there!
What's up?
Oh, thanks for stopping, Bub. I've been waiting out here forever.
You just passed me.
I'm out of gas.
Your car is still running.
Weird, huh?
Very.
It's in flames!
I don't think so.
But I love you, man!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
You're not getting the Bud Light!
make it a Bud Light.
Where's the love, man?
Critics across the country agree Heat has got it all. The stars, the excitement, and the acclaim. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. Heat, directed by Michael Mann. Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Nobody does it like
$1 million in support of this unique collection of programs. So as long as there are kids with dreams, we'll be here, helping them reach those dreams.
Here's a look at the Marriott Marquis Skycam. Knicks on the offensive end. Oakley not rushing the shot, although he had a shorter man on him. Gets the ball inside to Ewing. Faces pressure. Ewing coughs it up to Derek Harper for a 3-point make. The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit.
The Knicks in the midst of a 9-2 run. They've hit 4 of their 6 shots in this third quarter, and they lead by 10. Fox using the pick and able to go straight down the lane. Just did beat the 24. 52-44. The Knicks have an 8-point lead. Harper saw the opportunity, then changed his mind, was about to throw it to Ewing. John, will we have a moment? The entire Knick family was greatly saddened this weekend with the death of Ellen Kalinsky, the wife of longtime Madison Square Garden staff photographer George Kalinsky. Ellen passing away Saturday morning after a long illness. And I know you knew her well, as I do. Was a great lady, and our thoughts are with George Kalinsky and his family, and I know that memorial services will be held tomorrow.
Bob, I want to salute also the love and devotion that George and his family gave to Ellen during the many, many months that she suffered in the hospital, and boy, they were really something.
We have 5:20 remaining in this third quarter. The Knicks now lead by 3 as Rick Fox is able to hit again. He has 14 points, and that 10-point lead has evaporated. Barros and Harper will jump it up. A 7-0 run by the Celtics. Bill Oakes with the toss, and the outside official Jim Capers Jr. saying do it again. Toss off to the side. So the Knicks control. Knicks have remained the same throughout this third quarter, going with their starting lineup.
Knicks initiating their offense again with Mason. Double team, gives it up to Hopper.
And here's Brown. So the Knicks lead by 1. 9 unanswered points for the Celtics. And it's a 3-second violation. So the ball back to Boston. And after the good start in this third quarter by the Knicks, it has turned around.
The Knicks are craving now as Don Nelson signals for Gary Grant to come in and help. Craving for spreading out the offense and moving that basketball.
Here's Fox for 3. John Starks using the pick and hits from downtown. Well, John Starks had been having his problems with the long-range jumper over the last 4 games. 2 of 15 from beyond the three-point arc. Here's Fox handing to Montross. Brown able to save it. D. Brown with a beautiful move, and that for D. Brown. Only his second bucket. He's 2 of 8 from the field.
He's on a run now, having gotten the other one a minute ago or less.
So the Knicks lead by 2. Starks, and it's deflected out by the Celtics. What a move by John Starks. Herb Williams and Gary Grant replace Patrick Ewing and Derek Harper.
You know Ewing hates to come out of a basketball game, and yet Don Nelson wants to bring him back gingerly and not ask him to carry the team.
Herb Williams. So Herb has hit 3 of 4 from the field. Fox. And back comes Mason. Met by Barros. Nice ball movement. Starks. Good save by Brown. And the offensive foul call. It's on Montross. That's his second. Knicks take a timeout. 2:03 to go in the third. 4-point Knick lead. Strong move by Mason off the hip fake.
Delta Airlines is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
Q's are rocks.
It was a stone gas.
Cool. It's cool as ice, man.
Check out Qzar's Friday Night Blowout. Call for details.
Psst. Hey, fellas, is that a floor plan for the bank next door? You guys aren't thinking of doing what I think you're doing. Haven't you heard? The Roslyn Savings Bank is paying all their savings and now account customers extra interest, equal to 25% of the total interest they earned in these accounts during 1995. Whoa, no monkey business for these two. There they go. Headed straight to the Roslyn Savings Bank to open a new account today. Extra interest has been paid by the Roslyn Savings Bank for the last 10 years. So why monkey around with anything else?
Save me! Save me! Save me! I'm being held here at Franklin Square Ford, and you can save me and dozens of other Benjamin Franklins. when you buy any new Ford, a new conversion van, or a quality pre-owned car at Franklin Square Ford. Don't let them keep me here another minute when you can put me in your pocket and have a new Ford in your driveway too. Franklin Square Ford, 690 Hempstead Turnpike, Franklin Square.
Back at Madison Square Garden, Marv Albert, John Andres. That's the scene outside the Garden. And to get the word from the expert, John, we have called upon Irv Jakovsky, Mr. G, Channel 11's crack weatherman. Irv is usually here courtside at the Garden, but working back at the Channel 11 studios. Irv, give us a update as we watch Anthony Mason get inside. Yes, and it counts. And he'll go to the line, providing an opportunity for Mr. G.
Well, we got on radar snow here in the Midtown area, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. We've got the game in the middle monitor. And it looks like when you guys get out of the Garden, it's going to be snowing until about early tomorrow morning. And then all eyes go for Friday in the Gulf of Mexico, and the drama builds. And who knows, there could be another big one Friday, later Saturday.
Irv, I know John was concerned with that Gulf of Mexico report.
Yeah.
Irv, your long-range forecast makes it look very shaky for the Knicks and Celtics in Boston on Friday night. Marv and I would like to arrange for the use of your private sleigh to get up and back on Saturday if possible.
Well, I can give you my jet with training wheels. If you guys run ahead of it, get out early, I think you're going to be okay. By the way, it was good seeing John at the Leukemia Telethon. Somebody pointed out John to me and said, why don't you go over, you can teach how to double dribble.
Oh, very nice.
Irv, stay away from Marv, will you?
Irv, thanks very much.
All right, guys.
Okay, thanks for the update.
Bye-bye.
Mr. G from Channel 11. Not good news on the weather front, unless you like snow. Anthony Mason extending to a 62-55 Knick lead. We come up on a minute remaining in the third quarter. John, you like batting practice. Everybody just takes shots. It's unbelievable. Eric Williams had it slapped away by Charles Oakley. I thought Irv was just saying something nice, setting it up, and then wham. Excellent.
Marv, like yourself, he's a true New York guy.
Dino Raja with 16, and the Knicks now lead 62-57.
But I know Irv's time in the public school system has rounded out a lot of those edges. He's a fine leader.
Gilbert Davis firing. A 3 for Davis. He has hit 2 of 3 from downtown here tonight.
So much has been written about Hubert in the last couple of days about his hard work and his practice habits, and the fans here who've been following those stories are seeing the results of it. Oh, what a move. What a move by Dino Raja.
The Knick lead is now 6. Dino Raja coming off a 13 of 23, 28-point performance in the loss to Dallas the other night. 65-59 Knicks. 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Anthony Mason had the wide open baseline, but decided not to make the move. Here's Davis with a beautiful move.
And that's one he's really been practicing on. The jumper preceded by the dribble.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3, it's the Knicks 67, the Celtics 59.
It's second down at Bud Bowl, and you're in the game.
All right. We still got 5 plays left.
What? Oh, wait. Here, quarterback sneak. Should be like taking candy from a baby.
Whoa! All right, Coach, no problem. Taking candy from a baby. Oh, no.
And suddenly there are 4 plays left. Get a new play card where you buy Bud, Bud Light, and Bud Ice.
Oh.
He looks okay.
Oh.
Gosh, hope he doesn't need mouth to mouth.
No, I'm okay. I'm fine. No, I'm all right. I'm okay.
He shocked you as the lawnmower man.
I am God.
Now he's back.
I have 1,000,000 calls to make.
And more terrifying than ever.
He can destroy our world. He figures we'll have to turn to him as the new messiah in cyberspace.
In 3 days, I'll be in every system in the world.
You've got to stop Joe before it's too late.
This universe is mine.
Lawnmower Man 2, Beyond Cyberspace. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
in a head-to-head shootout to introduce three-point play from the New York Lottery, basketball legend Earl the Pearl Monroe and Steve Scratchy Jackson.
Swish. Nice shot.
It's fun.
Gotcha.
It's easy. And you can win up to $1,000 instantly.
Oh, yeah. Swish. Good.
Yes! Yes! Three-point play from the New York Lottery.
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by the New York State Lottery. Play Lotto and you could win millions of dollars. Hey, you never know. By your Tri-State GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. By the employee owners of Avis. We're into the future, into it now, trying harder than ever. And by Hayne Weber.
Well, at the end of 3 quarters, Hubert Davis has started to catch hold here a little bit, as he did briefly in the first half. It's a new move he's been working on, actually a move he's been trying to make more efficiently, and he did on that move. Then Knicks called timeout around at the end of the 3rd quarter. He went over to the bench, and Don Nelson seemed to be giving some very direct comments to Hubert Davis, and didn't seem to be very happy about it.
Well, the Knicks with a 67-59 lead as this 4th quarter gets underway. The Knicks were 10 of 16 from the field in the 3rd quarter. They've certainly improved the shooting. They were also 10 of 16 in the 2nd quarter. Nice play by Herb Williams getting a piece of that Rick Fox attempt. Boston only 9 of 22 from the field in the 3rd. Davis again. So Hubert Davis with 10 points right at the start of the game. We're talking about his strong play off the bench the last 4 games. Hubert Davis has really come on. Here's Brown. D. Brown is now 2 for 10. Knicks with a 10-point lead. Davis. One of those shots where he's just feeling it. Didn't see the rim, but felt he had it. Here's Barros for 3. Dana Barros with his 3rd from downtown. He's made a 3-point shot now in 88 straight games, just adding on to what is already an NBA record. Davis, well, he got the step but could not put it down. 7-point lead for the Knicks. Brown again misfires. Ward had it knocked away. Brown challenging Herb Williams. And the Knicks call for time, and Don Nelson is upset. Knicks lead by 5. 2 minutes in, 4th quarter.
If you're just rolling out of bed, do not look outside.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo offers an available V8 and full-time 4-wheel drive.
On the way, buses are running behind.
Anti-lock disc brakes and dual airbags.
Getting through.
Plus a lease rate of just $359 a month with no money down.
Oh, it's a great day for snowmen.
Making the new Jeep Grand Cherokee greatly underappreciated by school kids everywhere.
See your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Anybody know McDonald's Big Mac song?
2 all beef patty specials, hot lettuce.
Jeez.
Pickles.
Piece of cake.
Our Coke Classic play tonight, we flash back to one of the memorable Knicks-Celtic confrontations. Christmas Day 1985, the Knicks came back from a 25-point deficit in the 3rd quarter. 3-pointer by Trent Tucker. That forced a second overtime, and the Knicks were able to pull it out, coming back from 25 down. Ewing with 18 of his 32 in the 4th quarter, and the Knicks won it in double overtime. Foul is called. Loose ball affair on Mason for Anthony Mason. That is his first. 9.5 remaining in the 4th quarter, and the Knicks are up 69-64. Knicks have led most of the way. They've led by as many as 10.
Well, you know, Don Nelson's very unhappy about the Knicks allowing the Celtics in after they had opened up a comfortable lead of sorts. And a couple of times now the Celtics have come roaring right back into it.
That is number 4, committed by Oakley.
Well, if you look at a game like this and the way the Knicks are performing, I get the feeling that the Knicks are in that situation where they're playing to the level of their competition in many ways. Now, they've been off for a few days. They're not sharp. Their leader has been out. Patrick Ewing returned after a 3-game absence. But the Celtics come in here 13-18. They've lost 8 of their last 10. And I was doing a mental trick thinking if the Bulls were here, if Orlando was here, one of the top teams was here, the Knicks would be making much better decisions and operating much more efficiently on the court.
A mental trick, huh? You were doing a mental trick.
I was envisioning the Bulls here. You just know the Knicks would be playing a different style of game.
Davis not able to hit the 3.
They'd be looking better. They'd be playing up to the level of competition. It's a common thing, though, in sports.
I think the blizzard of '96, John, has dented your head. A mental trick.
That's right.
Minor. And he stepped out of bounds. Knicks now go with Hopper and Davis in the backcourt with Oakley, Williams, and Mason up front. Herb Williams lost it, but last touched by the Celtics. And Doug Christie will check back in. Doug Christie played well in the Knicks' last game against the Nets. Did a nice job in the first half in his 6 minutes. 2 of 2 from the field, including a 3-pointer. So the Knicks go to the smaller lineup as Christie replaces Oakley. Hopper for 3. And Ellison to the rebound. Eric Williams. Stripped by Mason. Here's Davis going all the way. Yes, and it counts. So for the second time tonight, Davis driving the lane. He was fouled by Ellison.
An example of Hubert Davis's toughness after that great strip by Mason. Hubert keeping that ball in the middle, going right down, taking a shot and making a shot. Hubert, one of the stories lately I was mentioning about his work ethic and how that's been noted by the press. Hubert said, I want to work harder than everyone. That way I don't have an excuse if things go bad, because basketball is mental. When your head is right, you can do a lot of things.
Knicks lead by 7. Shot clock is at 5. Barros' pass deflected. And the Celtics with 1 on the shot clock. Now Bill Oakes over at the scorer's table, and he says no, 2 on the shot clock, readjusting. So 2 on the 24 as Day inbounds. Finding Minor, gets it off. Yes, Hubert Davis playing with such confidence. Christie putting the move on Day and is turned back. Todd Day saw that coming. Christie was able to execute that in the first half against Day. Now Day trying to shake off Christie. Minor with the rebound. It counts, and the foul. So Greg Minor will go to the line. Foul on Christie.
Very tough drive here inside, and then Minor comes along at 6'6", and just out hustles all the bigger people around him for that shot, and makes the foul shot as well.
Mason setting it up on Williams. Nice ball movement. Hopper. again. The Knicks have hit a lull after extending to a 10-point lead. And a foul on Mason. Here's Patrick Ewing back, replacing Herb Williams. Herb leads 3 of 6 from the field, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots. And here's the applause.
Yes, Herb is noted by the crowd these days. He's been doing good things when Patrick Ewing needs relief or needed to be covered for. He's had a 22-minute run in this game, 3 for 6 from the field, 5 rebounds for Herb Williams.
But the Celtics have come with it too. Mason being played by the rookie Williams. Nice pass. Harper able to scoop it home. The Knicks 74, the Celtics 70. Here's Day for 3. Todd Day, who came over from Milwaukee in the trade for Sherman Douglas, brings the Celtics within 1.
Along with Alton Lister, who's at the end of the Boston Celtics bench in civilian clothes.
Mason. Ellison with the rebound.
Lister on the injured list.
It will count, and the foul. Ewing with the foul, so the Celtics regain the lead. The last time they led it was 36-35 in the second quarter.
This young man has a lot of toughness. He's been showing the Knick veterans that he doesn't mind banging with them.
Yes, Eric Williams with 8 points. Unable to complete the 3-point play, but Boston leads by 1 with just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 7. Second-round draft pick out of Providence College. And he's done a good job. But the Knicks get it back. Boston in the midst of a 16-5 run to come from a 10-point deficit. Williams nearly knocked it away from Mason. And Harper fouled by Wesley. It is only the second team foul on the Celtics. Knicks already over the limit. John Starks for Doug Christie. So Don Nelson staying with the 3 guards, Starks, Davis, and Harper, along with Ewing and Mason, and a foul on Ellison for pushing Ewing, who was trying to establish position. Curtis Ellison with his 5th foul, 5 fouls in 14 minutes. Charles Smith not getting the playing time tonight, coming off the strong game against the Nets on Thursday.
Yes, he's only played 9 minutes, and you know he was thinking of a lot more than that when he arrived here tonight.
Ewing goes to the hook shot. And the Knicks lead by 1. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Roger stripped by Mason. Second time that Mason has come up with a strip in this fourth quarter, then looks to go all the way and draws the foul. So for Dino Radja, his second foul.
Mason going end to end now, handling the ball, has the head up, nobody getting in front of him, so he keeps going to the hoop to draw the foul.
Anthony Mason is at 22 straight at the foul line. Hubert Davis hears it from the crowd, replaced by Charles Oakley. 13 points for Davis.
Mason now at 73% for the season.
On a good run, and the Knicks now lead 78-75. And you hear the chant of defense. Williams pass saved by Wesley. Here's Todd for 3. And Ewing with the rebound. 9 rebounds for Patrick Ewing. to get position. Starks for three. Oakley keeps it alive. Knicks get the new 24. Ewing beating Ellison and blows the layup. But it's Oakley again on the offensive boards, finding Starks. Oakley with the tip. What a display by Charles Oakley. Timeout taken by the Celtics. Ewing with the step on Conley.
Mobile. Looking at that last non-call of Mason's move, Bill Oakes made the call. I was thinking, Bill Oakes, formerly a college star with your NBC teammate, Matt Dukas at St. Joseph's. Bill used to perform those moves too, you know. I'm sure he related.
Oakley wide open. Good look by Mason. Charles with the pump fake did not realize there was no one else in sight. 84-75 Knicks. 10 straight points by New York. Here's Raja. And it was Oakley who came over to help, forcing that bad shot.
Ron Nelson holding up his arms to slow things down.
Don Nelson, a key member of 5 Boston Celtic championship teams, looking to come away with a victory over his one-time club. Harper at center ice. The Knicks have taken over this game. They lead by 11. 12 consecutive points as the Celtics call for time.
Are you a Knicks fan?
Because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
Well, the New York Knicks try to make it 12 straight wins over the Boston Celtics. And that would be an individual Celtic record of dubious distinction. Barrow's able to hit. And the Knicks now lead by 7. Hubert Davis stopped by Rip Fox. 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter as the foul is called. It is on Fox. Last time the Celtics beat the Knicks, January 10th, 1993, here at the Garden.
Not much foul shooting tonight for both teams, although the Knicks are shooting them well at 86% for the evening.
Hubert Davis going to the line frequently as of late, 8 of 8 the other night against the Nets. And another solid performance by Hubert.
That says a lot about his game. What it says is that he's just not jump shooting. It's making it difficult for his opponents in both ways. Barrow's inside to Todd Day.
And the foul is given. Both teams are over the limit, but the Celtics just looking to stop the clock, take their chances with the Knicks at the line with 32 seconds remaining. Again, Fox on the foul. Knicks lead by 6. And the Knicks back to the free throw line. So the Knicks and the Nets tomorrow night at the
Continental Airlines Arena.
I love to hear you say that. Knicks have won 5 straight against the Nets, 24 of the last 34. And then on Friday, it's the second of the home and home with the Celtics. The Knicks' first ever visit to the new Fleet Center in Boston. And the Celtics call for time, so they have 1 timeout remaining. They're down by 7 with 32 4/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. They use the 20, so they have a full timeout left. As I mentioned, Knicks and the Celtics in Boston on Friday night. We'll be on hand with Knicks game night here on MSG starting at 7 o'clock. Tonight, ending a period in which the Knicks play 12 out of 16 games at home. Knicks have a West Coast trip next week. A couple more home games coming up. Saturday, Sacramento. And then Monday afternoon, the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's Barros doing it off the dribble. And the Knicks now lead 92-87, 26 seconds to go. And D. Brown stops the clock by grabbing hold of John Starks. So Starks to the line for the first time.
And with the presence of Barros and Todd Day on the court, as well as D. Brown, the three-point shooting still looms very important for Boston here in the closing half minute of this game. I was mentioning not much foul shooting tonight. The Celtics only 7 of 11 from the foul line. And the Knicks now 15 for 19.
Low-key night for John Starks. He has 7 points. And now the Celtics use their final timeout. 7-point Knick lead. 25 seconds remaining.
Hey, Rangers fans! On Sunday, January 14th, when the Rangers take on the St. Louis Blues, 2 lucky fans will be chosen to come on the ice and shoot to win Rangers saving shots, sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. Each contestant will have 30 seconds to put 3 pucks in an open net. Each puck represents a 5% savings off all purchases at Modell for all fans at the game. That's Sunday, January 14th, when the Rangers battle the Blues. Look for Rangers saving shots throughout the season, sponsored by Modell Sporting Goods. Gotta go to Mo.
Once again, experts are predicting an easy winter.
For Jeep Cherokee Sport owners anyway, its 190 horsepower engine, 4-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes turn even the harshest conditions into a day at the beach. And now get no charge air and a lease rate of just $289 a month with no money down. Jeep Cherokee Sport, the perfect way to turn a wild winter into a mild winter.
Now lease a Jeep Cherokee Sport for just $289 a month with 0 down.
Ewing with the step on Conlon.
The New York State Lottery is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
Some of the better moments for the Knicks in the second half. Christie gets the ball inside. Anthony Mason finds Charles Oakley. Couldn't believe he was open, so gave a little pump fake and made a hoop, making it 84-75. Well, this is what's happened since 1973-74 season, when John Havlicek and Dave Cowens and JoJo White and Paul Silas were leading the Celtics. And then through the Larry Bird years, and since then it's been 11-0 coming in tonight in favor of the Knicks after that great imbalance favoring the Celtics over the years against the Knicks.
And the foul against the Knicks with 17 seconds remaining. Hubert Davis putting Rick Fox at the line. The Knicks also over the limit. Fox is 2 of 3 at the line.
I left out one key man, Marvin, that 73-74 season. Don Nelson played 82 games for the Celtics when that streak began.
With a little shot put style jump shot or set shot.
Well, from the foul line where he was really memorable, he was 79% foul shooter with that style that year.
And again, the foul is given. 17 seconds remaining, and I think the final minute and a half has taken about 10 minutes, John.
Marv, I'm out of control. I'm reading the roster from that year, and the next name down is Don Chaney. Don Nelson's sidekick these days. It's just fun to look at rosters as you go back over the years. Paul Westphal on that team. Steve Kuberski. Hank Finkel, one of your favorites.
Absolutely. John spending too much time at the apartment during the blizzard as he goes through the official NBA guide, and now does it for you fans.
There's happiness on every page.
So the Knicks now lead 96-89. Day with the inbounds to Fox. And Fox is fouled by Harper with 12 9/10 seconds remaining.
I remember a couple of years ago speaking to the Celtics coaching staff about Rick Fox, a guy who came out of North Carolina, 6'7", very strong, can run. can seem to do everything. And the feeling was he was good at too many things. He wasn't dominant enough in anything, but finally he seems to be getting a lot of playing time now. He started all their games this season and is getting a chance to come into his own as an NBA forward.
Known as a very solid fundamental player, particularly at the defensive end. He's had a good night tonight. Rick Fox with 20 points, 5-point Knick lead. Final seconds. Knicks would try to spread it out to avoid the foul. Just want to run out the clock, but with 6 1/10 second to go, the foul given. It's number 6 on Fox, so he's fouled out. And Hubert Davis will go to the line. Rick Fox remaining on the floor. We have him for 6, but apparently they made a change. It is on Wesley. Okay, so that's 5 on Fox. And the Knicks now lead 98-91. Final seconds. Here's Barros. Gets it off in time. It will count. So the final score, the Knicks defeating the Boston Celtics 98-93. And the Knicks are now 21-10 for the season. Boston is now 13-19. Final again, the Knicks 98 and the Celtics 93.
Emma, seems like we've known.
Upcoming games in Atlanta. Don't miss the road to U.S. Olympic gold. Take a hard look at today's fast-moving sports world and the people who make the headlines. Sports vigilante Bob Page hosts Page One. Plus, you can always catch the latest scores, stories, and area high school sports news on MSG Sports Desk. It's all right at your fingertips. A great lineup of January sports action on MSG Network. The best in the game.
Weber is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
The Knicks were rolling along in the third quarter here at Madison Square Garden tonight, and then suddenly the Celtics came to life. The Knicks winning this one 98-93, but it did get interesting at one point. Eric Williams of the Boston Celtics here giving the team a 75-74 lead. The Knick lead, which was once 11 points, had completely evaporated, but then Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason took charge. Inside, grabbing every rebound, making key shots. Here, Oakley distributing the kind of leadership that his Knick teammates have seen from him in the past. Anthony Mason spotting, Oakley breaking free, easy layup, and the Knicks rolled off and went off to take a 12-0 run to resume control of this game. Patrick Ewing missing the layup, and Oakley never gave up on the play. His second offensive rebound in this sequence. It eventually led to a rebound and a tip-in off of John Stark's miss. And for the Celtics, it's now only 2 wins in their last 11 games. Things are not going well for ML Carr and company. In the last 6 minutes, the Celtics did little right. They even turned the final minute of this game into an absolutely agonizing affair. This was not a good-looking basketball game at all, but the Knicks are now 21-10. I'll be joined by Anthony Mason. We'll discuss tonight's Knick win. It's their second in a row. And, of course, we'll have highlights and more, and then our post-game report as well. But first, let's go to Deb Kaufman.
All right, thanks. Quickly, Al, here's a look at what else is going on tonight around the world of sports. First in the NBA, the Nets seem to match up well with the Magic, especially when Shaq is not playing, and he did not suit up tonight. Butch Beard just got a tee for having only 4 men on the floor, but the Nets are clinging to an 83-81 lead. We'll have highlights later. On the ice, Mike Keenan is back in the metropolitan area as his Blues are taking on the Devils. Steve Thomas has 2 for New Jersey. They're leading that one 4-2. The Islanders haven't beaten the Blackhawks at home since 1984. They've got a chance tonight. The score here is 3-2 in the third. Bertuzzi and Palffy both have goals. In the NFL, perhaps it was said out of frustration after the Chiefs' loss on Sunday, but former Giant Mark Collins has announced his retirement. Collins won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. Steve Spurrier enjoyed the attention, I'm sure, of a couple of NFL teams this week, but announced today that he is staying at Florida. So Spurrier stays, but Ben Wright goes. The CBS golf commentator fired for the disparaging remarks he made about the LPGA Tour last spring. In the big college basketball game of the night, UConn handles Villanova quite easily. Ray Allen with 29, the final 81-73. We'll have the entire night in the NBA when we see you back here for the post-game show, but now we go back to Al Trotwig, who was standing by courtside.
All right, inside the arena, place still with a few fans left. The hardy Knick fans who came out braving the blizzard. They got rewarded with a Knick win tonight. Anthony Mason, 17 points, 9 rebounds, and looking good in the assist department as well, passing off as the Knick offense and defense maybe played the way the Celtics have been playing lately, but when it counted and when the game was on the line, Anthony Mason and the Knicks grabbed all the right rebounds, made all the right moves, made all the shots they needed to make, and Anthony Mason is our Hoover player of the game, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And Anthony Mason joins us on the floor. Mace, this is a weird game. You get the blizzard, you miss a practice, you get Patrick Ewing back, but not for the whole game, and the Celtics obviously come in as not a very cohesive unit. So did you maybe play to their level for a while in this game?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for enabling us to get the victory no matter how we played. I don't think we played down to their level. I think they played it up, you know, and we were a little bit lethargic and sloppy. You hate to take away something from a pro team. They came in and they played hard, and we just didn't have it together early. But having the big fella's presence around, whether he played all game or not, you know, made a big difference too. You know, everybody got after it. You know, Oak was real energetic. You know, chasing those 3 boys down at the end of the game was one of the biggest plays of the game, and we're just thankful to all the energy that we used, especially going down the stretch.
Don Nelson had all the starters in the last 5 minutes of the game when it was on the line. I said you made all the right shots, you grabbed all the right rebounds, and you and Oakley were doing a lot of chest bumping there. I guess you were feeding off of each other and the effort that you were putting into the game.
Well, we realized that we all need each other, and we got to play together, regardless to, you know, what people may think, whether we're talented enough or whether you know, we're not. We believe in each other, and we're going to have to feed off each other. We're going to have to feed off each other's energy, each other's skills, and that's what it's about now, going into the new year, about us sticking together through any problems or anything we go through. You know, we just got to be together as a unit.
Didn't that happen tonight?
Hopefully, yeah. It started tonight. Hopefully, it can continue. You know, we got to feed off each other's energy. Doug Christie's coming off the bench doing a great job, and we're just feeding off everybody's energy, all the positiveness that's going around now.
About the happiest that I see you is when a Doug Christie gets a chance to come in the game and contribute. You really are a good cheerleader when you're able to watch those guys.
Well, I'm always been a team person. I've never been a selfish person, and to see somebody else do well, either, you know, a person that's struggling or somebody that just hadn't got the opportunity to get the opportunity and come out and do well, you're very happy for them because, like I said, I've never been a jealous person. My playing speaks for myself and speaks for itself, and I know I'm going to be on the floor, you know, whenever it counts.
I mean, you don't want to take anything away from any team you're going to play because, of course, you know, they're professional as well. But you got the Nets, you got the Celtics again on Friday. Is this team sort of licking its chop and really pushing for the next big showdown game, the next Chicago, Orlando? I mean, can you not wait for a chance to show yourself in a game like that?
Well, the way we've been playing last week, we're looking forward to getting some.
Well, maybe you get your act together a little bit before.
We are just looking to play game by game and do as good as we can in the games that we have ahead. And then when it comes to one of the big showdowns, we hope we're ready and play up to par. We haven't been playing up to par. We played good in the big showdowns here, but on the road we haven't, you know, stepped up to the challenge, and hopefully we can do that.
Survive the blizzard, all right?
Oh, I did. I got a shovel on 4 wheels. I just go through it.
Just plowed through it. All right, Mace, thanks an awful lot.
Thank you. And Mom, get well soon. Love you.
What's the matter with Mom?
She had a sinus infection. She hadn't been to the game. This one for her.
Okay, good. Well, I hope you're feeling better out there, Mrs. Mason. Thanks, Anthony. We'll be continuing our coverage of tonight's Knick win.
6th leading rebounder joins Mike Harris. They'll be talking nothing but Nets. The Meadowlands, the home site tonight for New Jersey, as they take on their Cross River rivals.
My mom wants me to be an accountant. I want to play football.
The Sports Authority has everything for football.
Maybe even basketball.
We got basketball, too.
Or hockey.
We've got it. Plus your favorite brand names.
And salespeople really know their stuff.
Well, the shaft of this stick is incredibly strong.
Everyday low prices mean you never wait for a sale.
You don't have to be an accountant.
Introducing the $15,000 BMW. Presenting the $15,000 Lexus. Behold the $15,000 Mercedes. To everyone who thought it was impossible to build an affordably priced luxury car, we have just one thing to say. It's here. The Nissan Altima. Now lease an Altima GXE with 0 down and $229 a month for 36 months.
Sports Channel in January starts a new year of great sports action. The Devils and Islanders face off against the Bruins, Sabres, Kings, and Avalanche in over 20 exclusive games. The NBA heats up on Sports Channel when the Nets tip off against the Hornets, Lakers, Rockets, and many more. Catch exclusive Big East basketball matchups featuring Seton Hall, UConn, Rutgers, and Georgetown. Halls of Fame profiles NBA legend Bill Walton. It's all coming your way in January only on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands. I'm Mike Harris, and welcome to Nothing But Nets. Joining me is Nets forward Jason Williams. And Jason, let's play a little word association. I say Knicks, you say what?
I say they get the better tables. every time we go to a restaurant, you know, they sit right by the window, and I come in, Jason Williams, New Jersey Nets. Julius Erving played there, didn't they? So I'm always sitting right near the bathroom.
They are supposedly a dysfunctional family. They're always bickering and having problems, but they win games. You guys get along. You're having problems winning games.
The Knicks or the Nets you talking about now?
The Knicks.
No, well, I tell you what, since we lose so many games last year, everybody was saying we were bickering, but since the Knicks lose games, win games, and they be bickering, it's okay. It doesn't matter as long as you're winning games, you can do what you want to do.
Last night, a crushing loss. I mean, that was as tough as it gets. What does that teach you? How does losing games like that, what does that teach you to bring into the next game?
Well, I'm glad we're playing the Knicks tonight, Mike, because we're playing the Knicks. It's better than playing the Clippers or playing some Milwaukee. With a game like this, everybody knows about pride because it's the metropolitan area. So everybody seems to bring a lot more intensity to the game. So I'm glad we're playing the New York Knicks tonight. As far as what you learned from the loss last night, we're going to have to start picking it up in the fourth quarter. You know, we was up by 11 points with 8 minutes to go in the game, and we just broke down mentally. You know, a couple of bad calls, I thought it was, and we let them take us right out of the game. We definitely got to grow.
Sometimes, well, you do have to grow. I mean, that's a given, but competitiveness. I mean, some people are more competitive than others, and when you get a lot of people who are competitive, then you have teams that win. They don't necessarily get along, but they win. What is it with the Nets?
No, we all hate each other. No, we all like each other. Everybody's been getting along a lot better this year than previous years, you know. We just got to put together this home stretch. We're still okay. You know, Butch Beard wants to win 8 out of 11 at home. We won our first one. We lost to a good team, Orlando, down there. So, and then the Knicks, I think, are one of the teams he might have, well, it might be a 50-50 chance of winning one of these games at home. But I think tonight we can go out here and steal it, you know. Steal this game from the Knicks. You know, last time we played them, I didn't play too well at the Garden. I only played like 10 minutes that game. I talked to Charles Oakley after the game and Anthony Mason, and they weren't even trying to go to get no rebounds. They just double-teaming me every time I go to the board. So, you know, it's going to be interesting tonight. All night I've been tossing and turning, wondering how I'm going to go to the offensive boards with both these guys front guarding me, and so I'm going to do a little Deion Sanders on them today.
You find yourself trying maybe a little bit too hard against it because you're a New Yorker?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, it stops when you having to kick somebody's behind in the city in the summertime. If we just beat some of these teams right here, I don't got to be walking down the street and hear somebody say, oh, the Nets are terrible. You know, so if we beat the Knicks, at least I can say we beat the Knicks and get a little bit of respect in.
You haven't had a lot of playing time lately.
Right.
And your rebounding has suffered because of that. Your shooting has suffered because of that.
No, the shooting was always bad.
Well, but do you want to start? Do you want to start more?
I want to play more, you know, and you ask any player, they always tell you want to play more. But, you know, since I talked up for Butch, since I said, man, if you fire Butch Beard, hey, I want to be traded. Butch been killing me. I haven't been playing anymore. You know, so I told Butch the other day, man, you keep kicking the dog in the behind, sooner or later he's going to have to bite you. You know, so I really don't know what's going on. You know, I've been playing very limited minutes, but, you know, I've been saying all year, I'm just a utility player, you know. I'm just your average PSE and G man, you know, so I'm not going to play many minutes anyway. You know, they brought me in here to play 15, 20 minutes. I like to play 40 minutes and get it done.
Jason Williams, thanks very much.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, Mike.
We'll be back with more pregame right after this.
you driving a Ford?
Drive the sport utility that delivers instant traction automatically. Ford Explorer. Drive the car completely redesigned for '96. Ford Taurus. Drive the minivan that's taking the competition by storm. Windstar.
Your Ford dealer rules the streets.
Nobody has more #1 selling cars and trucks, and we're not stopping there. 5 of the 10 best sellers
And counting.
are at your tri-state quality Ford dealer now.
Why aren't you driving a Ford?
2 reasons to choose Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile, the cellular leader. Your 2 sides. Your emotional side would love a cellular phone. Your rational side thinks it's too expensive. Your emotional side wants to stay in touch with family, friends, and tow trucks. Your rational side says, no way, we can't afford it. Well, look at this, both of you. It's Talk Along, the cellular service that's just $14.99 a month. Plus, we'll give you a $35 credit on service or a phone. Call now and we'll sign you right up. With Talk Along, you can call your kids from the store, your boss from a cab, a tow truck from a ditch for $14.99 a month. Look, have your rational side pull out any major credit card and call now. You'll get Talk Along service for $14.99 a month, a Nokia phone for $39.99, plus put your monthly service on a credit card and there's no $25 activation fee. Your rational side will love that. So get yourself together. Grab your credit card and sign up now to get Talk Along and a $35 credit on your phone or service. Talk Along, only from Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile.
The silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies.
Welcome back, everyone. As the Nets try to halt a 5-game losing streak against their Cross River rivals, who holds the key to tonight's game? Let's go back to Ian and Bill for a look at the game within the game and the matchups at forward.
Well, Matt, we are going forward on the game within the game segment here tonight with the Nets taking on the Knicks. And despite the fact that Patrick Ewing and Kenny Anderson probably get the most publicity, respectively, with these two teams, if you want to look at the heart and soul of these two clubs, look at the starting forwards.
Well, game in, game out. I mean, they've been such substance, such stability. Can score, can guard, can do extra things, particularly when you think of Oakley and P.J. Brown.
Yeah, let's take a look at the numbers right now. And with New Jersey, the improvement of P.J. Brown, 11 points per game, gaining confidence with that outside shot, and Armin Gilliam putting up all-star statistics so far.
And you're right on P.J. Brown, too, shooting confidently, stroking the basketball. Hammer, the go-to guy. But P.J. Brown spacing out, stepping into jump shooting areas when Kenny Anderson penetrates, finds the spot, and they're giving it to him. You can see the stroke. That one really didn't get the nice trajectory that he's normally been getting, but the Hammer, just outstanding. I thought last night there were 2 plays that could have gone to him. They passed him up. He would have been able to knock down that 10, 12-foot shot on the box, and both of us have been amazed. Either box, either hand, whatever is needed, he has been the answer.
And I think the problem with the Nets has been that Gilliam has been so consistent, but there has been no other player to step forward to complement Gilliam this season.
Well, the big thing, I think, is the outside shooting for the Nets, because that's going to help the Hammer particularly. And if P.J. Brown can step out and make the jump shot, and Kenny can get his penetration, then the Hammer can be in great shape down on the box with these 2 guys.
All right, let's talk about the Knicks. Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley. You're talking about 2 guys that are willing to do the dirty work for Don Nelson, a guy who did the dirty work as a player himself.
Well, when you look at Oakley, at least to me, he's just an aggressive player, totally involved in the game. The numbers speak for themselves for both these guys.
Mason really improving offensively. He's been telling people for years he has the skills to be an offensive star.
Nobody really wanted to listen to him, and Nelly gave him a chance to be that point forward. He did it first with Paul Pressey, then moved it to California, and let some other great performers, one Chris Mullin, play out there. But the strength of this guy, the amount of time he can stay on the floor and have such energy, that's the right hand. Look at this finish now. This is something that would get a lot of respect in the NBA. And Oakley, the wide range of jump shot now to stretch the D, and this helps Patrick Ewing down on the box. I think he's shooting the ball well. You felt in Chicago he shot, but didn't take as many distance shots as he is now. But the big thing, at least from my watching the Knicks in recent years, his little
the subtle things, the slap-aways, helping his teammate, the aggressive nature. You know, big contribution on the rebounding end, but also the forceful nature defensively.
The Nets and Knicks, second meeting of the season for these two teams. The Knicks winning the first 6 nights ago at Madison Square Garden. We'll come back with much more.